Well, now, y'all, it's your man's another Toothless Wonder reporting on the Bamboozle Again News Network. What up, guess, little channel update on the Sabbath. Shout out to my man, CEO King. He had asked me in my last video, when was I going live? So I have been kind of dragging my feet on it. But then when he asked me, I said Saturday at 2. You know what I mean? Just to jump out there, how I talk about, sometimes you just got to jump in and do it and figure it out as you go. So I set it up to go live today. And I didn't know that, I guess, YouTube has to do some configuring or something. So it said, I'll be able to go live in 24 hours. So throughout my day, I really don't have time because, I just hop on, say something, upload it as I'm doing whatever I'm doing. But Saturday's the only really free day I got to really sit down and do a live without any time constraints. You know what I'm talking about? So next Saturday, we'll be going live from the set, you know what I mean? And again, I'll just figure it out as I go. But I'll just come with some little free-flowing thoughts, you know what I mean, as we, have crossed the threshold into the new year. If I ain't know no better, because the way that, this trauma-based society, and, it's so crazy. Like, every day, something super spectacular happened. Tesla truck blew up. They wondering, is it manufactured terrorism? You know what I'm saying? The water in Syria is red. Like, it's just so much. Like, you'll go through information overload. And I am by trade a conspiracy theorist. But I done dialed it back. Like, I'll say abreast of it or various segments of the news, but I don't even care, yo. I don't care what the stock market do. I don't care about these fears of this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? I'll prepared and I'm later. But it robs you of the present moment. You know what I'm saying? Trying to plan for this, plan for this, plan for that. You know what I'm saying? And it creates a certain amount of mental anxiety. Have I dotted all my I's and crossed all my T's and whatnot? It does nothing for peace. And I'm just in this space of just peace. I'm done trying to figure everything out. You know what I'm saying? And I was talking to somebody else about this, and I was leaning this way, and I'm pretty sure I made insinuations about it, on my videos, right? Where, like I say, let's say you've been through isolation, right? So, and it's kind of keeping you safe, and, you might have to deal with, level of loneliness or desire for, a blooming that typically, happens in the springtime, right? But if you've been in a space for so long, you have to be able to adapt, because unless you recognize the change in the spiritual season, you won't be able to bloom or to grasp on anything that's new. Because, like with me, I'm leery of being bamboozled or have my time wasted. But then when I think about it, ain't nobody finna waste my time, because as soon as my spotty sense start tingling, I'm gone anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not overly leery of being bamboozled, as I've graduated, from seasons of being, and I had to go through that to see it for what it is now. So there's no need to be leery of something that I'm well versed in. Like I talked about a while back, it was like the adversary was playing tricks on my mind, trying to convince me I can't do something that I've been doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I average 20 points a game in basketball, and then I go out in the next game and I'm, overthinking, can I score 20 tonight, when I've been scoring 20? That's crazy, yo. You know what I'm saying? All that overthinking and all that. I ain't finna do it. But like I say, in 2024, what was, a necessity or work then, I'm under the belief won't work now. So being like closed off and closed minded to a certain degree work, because I'm under the belief everybody lying, or everybody got some scheme or some ulterior motive, because that's for the most part all I've seen. But as I move into 2025, I believe I've graduated from that. Now it's time to be open. Like I said, if I'm getting bamboozled, my spidey sense gonna tingle. That's been the case. So I've learned to trust my intuition. But now let me be more open to people, opportunities, and adapting the way I do things. Like, I'm trying to adapt my diet. It's hard though. Cause, like, man, I like bread and taters and whatnot. And I get these various clips of, like calisthenic brothers who, what I'm saying, got the washboard abs and whatnot. I'm working on it, right? But that requires a certain amount of discipline in my eating habits. So typically, like now, I started like a new kind of eating regimen, fast kind of thingy. Um, but it really ain't sufficing. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm hungry, it's like I tried to do, what is it? I don't eat after 8 o'clock, and then I won't eat again till 12, p.m. the next day. But then I'll be hungry at night, right? And it's hard for me to go to sleep. And I'm like, Nat King Cole, I need my sleep, cuz. So now I think I'll adjust it back to during the daytime hours. Because I'll be hungry during the day, but I'm moving and grooving, so I'm not fully concentrated on that. But if I'm laying down at night or just in the house, you know what I'm saying? So I think I'll go back to that. But again, I just keep trying stuff to figure out what worked for me. You know what I'm saying? To harness the best result possible. You know what I'm saying? And, it's work to find out what works for you. And it's also work to adapt to an ever-changing spiritual, social climate. You know what I mean? That's just what it is, folks. Because I noticed a lot, like in my sobriety journey, I was so rigid. Like Bruce Lee said, be like water. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh God, do this, do that, think this. You know what I'm saying? It made me come almost robotic. So I was losing my flavor. You know what I'm saying? Like I got things to do today. I hold to a certain schedule as far as timing. But like I was supposed to go live at 2. But you know what I mean? I'm hitting here a little earlier. So okay, I'll push that up. Maybe something I got, slated to research after midnight. I got the free time now. So then I'll just do that after this. You see what I'm saying? So I get stuff done. I just pick and flow how I do with it. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing. I'm done, Trev. I'm done, worrying about the affairs of this life per se, and more so moving into the purpose of my God-given calling, which is amazing when I think about it. They say the adversary attack you when you're the weakest, right? Yeah. But with me, I'm kind of a little different. He actually attacks my strong suits, like my heart, my empathy, my loving nature. You know what I'm saying? Which can be very dangerous. And I think I went through that season. But ultimately, I can't be fearful of expressing the truest versions of myself in a dark world. Because how else do you be a light in a dark world? Now for wisdom, yeah, practicality, yeah. But if I'm morphing I don't want to say morphing, but if I'm restricting who I am out of fear of being used or something like that, right? Because of the social terrain, then how do I exhibit the light and the strongest attributes of my God-given personality and character? Again, these hypothetical scenarios in my head. And I went through the gambit or the journey of training in these areas. Just like I had a brother today, I was on in my inbox fumbling around, and I seen a brother I ain't talked to. He from Baltimore or whatever, and I hadn't seen him online, so typically out of sight, out of mind type thing. So I just reached out and hit him up. Hey, what's up, cuz? What you doing for him? You know what I mean? And he was like, he said he's sad because his brother had been unalived in Baltimore, and just going through that. I said, hi, boy. So I said, dang. So I send my condolences. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I feel like, what do you say to somebody like, other than I send my condolences? But a lot of times when you're going through you got to eat all that by yourself. And I know what it's like. You know what I'm saying? So then I hadn't talked to him in a few months. So then he asked me, did I have $15? So he put in his tank so he could DoorDash. But now my spidey sense tingling. Because I'm thinking he probably using, you know what I'm saying? But I just went on here and sent it anyway, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because I know what it's like. If he is, he is. If he not, that's what's up. And he said he's going to pay me back, but typically, I don't be looking to get paid back. If I just can't give it to you and go on about my business. Because I pay people back, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's years after the fact, you know what I'm saying? But very seldom do people pay me back. So if I can't just give it to you, because I'm not expecting it back, because I'm probably not going to get it back. Nor do I really want it back. And that's another thing too. I actually like giving. I like being in the blessing business. You know what I'm talking about? I like when I used to work or whatever, I just do little random shit. Oh, excuse me. Little random stuff or whatever, just to put a smile on somebody's face with no ulterior motive. Try to raise the vibration of the environment. You know what I mean? Now, typically when I meet new people, I'm kind of reserved, feeling everybody out. But then once I feel comfortable in your presence, not that I'm, just feeling people out, right? Then I kind of naturally start, kicking it a little bit. Cause I'm more of the jovial, happy-go-lucky type Negro. But if I put it all on people, it might make, oh my God, like, you know what I'm saying? So I got to slow cook them into that, you know what I'm saying? Slowly turn the heat up. You know what I mean? But that's just the 2025 space I'm in. I'm not living in no whole bunch of fear and all these hypothetical situations in my mind. If I feel like, and typically, if something ain't right, my spidey sense will tingle. If I don't know nothing else, I know that. So run it. Let's see what this is. And it's not going to be, let's say it don't work out. I learned something I previously didn't know. Like all the stuff I know now was based on all the experiences that I had. That's why I started the Bamboozle Again News Network. That's why, you know what I mean? I've been able to navigate the quote-unquote dating scene because I know the land is burned. So I don't have to deal with issues with, you know what I'm saying? Or when brothers come to me with these, because I've been through that curriculum before. You know what I'm saying? So I know how to pick and choose, and I don't get overly attached. Because let's say it start looking stupid or something like that. I don't take it personal. I know how to detach now. Even when I was in my sobriety journey, and I didn't consciously think about this, I learned the art of detachment. My personal feeling based on what went down. You know what I'm saying? Again, it didn't happen to you, it happened for you. Because if I don't have that experience in Baltimore, I'm not operating the way I'm operating now and then open to adapt at a time period that I see the necessity of such. You know what I'm saying? Like, we live in an uncertain world. You know what I mean? So again, a fixed, outside of, the tenets of Yeshua, a fixed state of mind or a fixed, you know what I'm saying? Like, I done tried so much stuff trying to keep my campaign rolling. But in the trying all this stuff, it was building character. It was building a spiritual reliance on the Most High. So as we move forward, when these, institutions and however society functions begins to crumble to the point where we can see it, ain't no denying it. I've already been trained and living in that space. You see what I'm saying? This journey is a whole walk. Like I was thinking about this too, y'all. So I wanted to come with some personal stories. And I probably alluded to this prior on this channel where I was thinking about this time me and my coworkers found it was like 8,500 in a ceiling, right? So let me tell you all about that one. I probably did, but let me reiterate it. This time for a more spiritual connotation as it got revealed to me. So at the time, I was calling myself a part-time coochie broker, right? And then I was part-time hustling. I was living at a motel, this, that, and the third, right? So I think I told the story about my conscience got to me, so I told the young lady who I was using, for lack of a better word, to do that I ain't want to do it no more, and she wigged out on me and got me locked up, right? So she rolls out, da-da-da. So I actually called another female over. When the police knocked on the door at the motel, she had made a claim of assault, right? So I'm like, oh, man, you know what I mean? Now, mind you, I had just got done splacking to open the door for the federale. So I'm thinking, because of the scene, it's not going to look like whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, right? But they went on ahead and locked me up, right? So I think I was locked up maybe a couple days. I got out, go back to the hotel. The other woman stole my money, and I had crack in the room, but it was like in the drawer that they searched, but it was sitting wide open, and they didn't find it. So I'm like, whatever. So I get out, butt naked, whatever. I sells the crack, give me a couple of hours, whatever. But now rent coming up, right? So had a job in Seat Pleasant. So the guy, my former, or my old foreman, who I met in the Anne Arundel County Detention Center on Jennifer Road. Now, we worked out in the same common area, but we never really talked like that. I actually ended up running into him at the probation office, and he gave me his card. So I got the card, I put it in my wallet, but I never meant to call him, because at the time I was working on a trash truck 6 days a week. But on my long day, I'm back in the house by 9:30. Can't beat it. So when they lost the contract for the county, that's when I decide, let me hit my man up, right? But he don't remember who I am. So I keep calling him so much, so he ended up giving me a run. And then when I go up, hop on the MARC train from where I was at in Anne Arundel to Baltimore, he was like, oh, yeah, I remember you, man, da-da-da. So he the one who actually taught me how to waterproof basements. But he himself was a heroin addict. You'd be surprised, segue me. You'd be surprised where your help come from and the form and the version that come in. That's another thing. And I want to stay on topic because we can pray and want stuff and it'll get presented to you. It just don't look like or in the form that you thinking, right? But anyway, let me get back to the story. So they picked me up in the truck or whatever. And this particular day, like I just came out of jail, I'm broke butt naked, and I got to pay rent this day. So I go to the office, tell them I had y'all money when I get off work. They're like, cool. I think the driver, he had to get his car repaired. It was, a bunch of money, whatever. And then my foreman also has to pay rent. So we sad in the spirit in the truck. And we got a big job out in Seat Pleasant, Maryland, Prince George's County. We got waterproof it, mold remediation. We got to tear out all the sheetrock. I think it was a house. After the fact, it went to foreclosure. So they're about to sell it. So they're doing all this preppy stuff, right? So all right, cool. So we in the truck sad. Wah, wah, wah. So I'm like, man. So me, I'm sitting in the middle. I get to fumble around with the radio, and I do kind of miss, going to work in the morning, doing the hustle and bustle, and listen to like the little morning shows. Ricky Smiley, Steve Harvey, them, you know what I'm saying? But they, we know these people to be what they is, but they do have some inspirational stuff if you're able to extrapolate it and apply it to yourself. So I'm fumbling around with the radio, put on the Steve Harvey morning show with Nephew Tommy and all them, whatever. So he had one of these little inspirational segments where he's like, things look bad, da-da-da, but just keep going and you'll get a breakthrough. I'm paraphrasing, right? Now, of course, wishful thinking, right? But what he said, my spirit agreed with it, right? So I tapped my home like, man, we gonna be all right, cuz. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how we gonna be all right. Man, we gonna be all right, yo. We gonna do this, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna feel down, cuz. We all right. You know what I mean? They're like, yeah, all right, Cal. And I'm the young one on the squad. I'm like, I might have been 25 at the time. So we get to the job, maybe say 9, 10 o'clock, and we get the banging on the set. It's hard. We ain't got no lunch. We broke. You know what I'm saying? So I remember, my foreman saying, I'm going to hit this last piece of sheetrock and we going to go on home. So now reality kick in because now I got to pay. I got to go back face the music. I ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, well, I did all I can do for the day. Master, just do what you can do. And the Lord will make a way, right? And I was living foul at the time. So I'm sweeping up. So on my peripheral, I see him take the tool, hit the last piece of sheetrock on the ceiling, and a pouch, black pouch, come out the ceiling, hit him in the chest, and bounce on the floor. Now I'm seeing him out my peripheral. I keep sweeping up. My spirit said, there it is. We good. So I keep sweeping up. But I can kind of see him out my peripheral. He picked the joint up, opened it, and he hollered, ah! I said, there it is. So I like, what's up, Kyle? I already know what's happening. We in there, baby. I ain't seen nothing. I just know. So I go over, he opened up the pouch. I said, yep, there it is. They get the, like, oh my God, what we gonna do? What you mean, what So I'm the youngest on the squad. And I'm the voice of reason. The crazy man, the voice of reason. What you mean, what we gonna do? That's for us. Remember what I said earlier, cuz? All our problems solved, bro. Woo, right? So, of course, we sweep up. We gotta come back next day. So we sitting in the truck counting. They like, yo, what we gonna do? I said, look, bro, we already in the house. So we already authorized to be in the house. Our fingerprints gonna be in the jump. Everybody go fix their situation. Bring us about $20, $40 to work, and we gonna keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? So we stopped at the liquor store, of course. I was drinking back then. We in celebratory mode. We split it, 3-way, woo. We straight now. We can go home happy. You know what I'm saying? Feel good as a man. We go home. You know what I mean? I never forget though. We was on our way back to drop me off, and I seen a homeless man in the meeting. I said, "Hold on, cocktail drive. Hold up, man. Let me bless my mind, right?" I think I might have gave him like 200, yo. Yeah, yo. Then they might have broke him off something too. Man, so we drive off. I'm looking in the rearview mirror. My man threw his sign in the air, boy. He was gone, bro. But the only thing messed me up, the next day I seen him back out there. So we helped him for a day. But we should have taught him how to fish. But we ain't had time though, right? So fixed the, I paid the rent, whatever. So I'm in celebratory mode. Now, mind you, I'm doing heavy manual labor, right? So the motel is actually right outside of the Fort Meade Army Base in Anne Arundel County, where the NSA and all that be at. And then there's a row of like bars and restaurants. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of weird setup, but whatever, right? So I get off, I pay the rent. I don't even change my clothes. For what? I got paint on my face. You know what I mean? Like concrete ash all on my hand. And I goes to the lounge, yo, and do me in that joint, you know, with my cup dance. I got the money in my hand. Because I feel so high vibrational, can't nothing stop my pimping. And I'm celebrating me. I ain't really worried about nobody else in there. I'm in that joint looking crazy in my work clothes. Got dust all in my head and all that. Dancing by myself. Yeah. So look, right? Divine protection, right? I probably did tell the story on here, but I'm going to give it a more spiritual connotation, right? So as I'm doing me, right, I so happen to look this way and I see some brothers ice grilling. You know what I'm saying? So I take a mental note. I'm going to have to go hide these brothers, right? Because they can't stop my feng shui even if they want to. So I guess the song cut off. I run out of sauce in my cup, right? So I goes to the bar, get my cup, right? Refill my cup. And then I'm going to break down the bar to go how I see, you know, what's up with these brothers, right? So as I'm going down the bar to meet these brothers, two sisters end up kind of impeding my path, right? Now, mind you, I'm in the club dusty. You understand me? So, and then when I'm on that high vibration and I'm drinking, granted it was a false version of it, it don't matter what I just got a response, right? So the females they get my way from the brother, but they're immediately on the other side of them. So they say something. The most beautiful thing come out my mouth. Get them laughing, and then they're right on the other side of them. So somehow I changed them into the conversation. Now we're having a conversation. Just, you know, but I ain't never addressed, you know, the ice grill part, right? Now I'm still doing me. So at this point, when we're having this conversation about whatever, the DJ, he cut the music back on. I forget all about them. I'm back on the dance floor by myself. Forgot all about these Negroes. I'm back doing me. I so happened to pan the room again. And the same brothers who was ice grilling me like this, each one of them had his arm around each one of the sisters like this had. And the ice grill like this went too. I say, show you right. Darn, it feel good to see people up on it. You know what I'm saying? Go home, right? So I'm going somewhere with this. So go home, da-da-da. So I had an ex. We kind of repaired things. I moved, and I want to clean my act up. I'm tired, you know what I'm saying? So I, you know, go back, move in with my ex, right? But now, and I lived there previously, but I wasn't shucking and jiving. Now I'm back, you know, drinking, you know, cutting into people, whatever. Me finding that money in the ceiling put me on a path to where I am now. Because now I moved back around this particular area. I'm back shucking and jiving, so I'm meeting people, I'm shucking and jiving. Which I end up meeting another sister who has since passed away. And me and her established a real connection, rapport, right? She passes away. Now, by this time, I'm back living where I live at now. She passes away, and then I come back up for the funeral. When I come back up for the funeral, I'm with my partner. They all went to school together. This particular young lady who, you know, I talk about, you know, that died and, you know, what that was. This is my first initial time meeting her. And it's a funeral, so I feel like it's disingenuous trying to mag on, but her eyes caught my attention. So boom, I go back home. I'm asking my homeboy about her. She's asking her homegirl about me. So time proceeds on, maybe 2-3 years, we end up meeting back up and da-da-da, and then ultimately she passes away, which broke me out of having casual sex because of the connection we had, right? But all that was birthed on the journey of finding money in the ceiling. If I don't find that money in the ceiling, I'm not getting led to being broken down, to then be rebuilt back up. You see what I'm saying? When I look back at it, the whole journey has been ordained and orchestrated. You know what I'm saying? Like when I went to, at one point during this situation, I'm down here, they're taking the line out the job, so I'm like, okay, I'm going back to North Carolina. I got short stopped from going to North Carolina, because if I go to North Carolina, all this reciprocal stuff don't happen. And then, you know, ultimately she passes away, then 3 months later, I break my neck. You see what I'm saying? If those events don't happen, I don't develop the character I have now to say that before you on this day. He's been covering my life the entire time, even in my dysfunction and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? So now I had that epiphany last night, right? So I'm like, yo, stop trying to figure everything out. And I've been done stop, but now it's getting revealed as to why it's not beneficial now. Now, when I was in other environments where I'm around all these nefarious characters, I need to read and react and do all that there, right? I don't need to do all that. It's like going back, like, okay, I'm in algebra now. There's no reason to go back to a mathematician curriculum when I've already graduated from that. I know that. Now it's time to embrace a new spiritual curriculum, which is, yeah, everything dark and everybody's a wolf or a zombie or this, that, and the third. But you're well trained to be able to deal with that. So you can drop your guard. Not drop it in practicality or in wisdom, but just thinking, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to explain, but for me now, it's not necessary. I don't need to protect myself. The Most High done did that. Even in all these wild environments with PCP smokers and, you know what I'm saying, high-level drug dealers and, robbery was a big thing. Like, I've never been robbed. Like, I've had people get out on me and pluck on me and stuff, but nobody's ever beat me down into the earth. You know what I'm saying? And I could have been dead drunk. I used to be don't do this, of course, but it's great. I thought I was the drink driving king. But then he did make me pay for all my, I thought I was a drink driving king. I actually thought I drove better when I did that. I remember one time I was, in the DMV area, y'all will know it, coming, which is about an hour and a half back to where I'm at now. And I literally hit them little ridges on the side of the road the entire time. The only time I didn't hit them ridges was when I was on the Bay Bridge, because there ain't no ridges or guardrail. I did that all the way home. Like, it's great. Like, wow. Sometimes I'm taken back, like, yo. And like I say, I got so many homeboys who done fell into the matrix of prison, drug addiction, just haven't lost the essence as a man and went through all the same stuff they went through. But I'm still me, though. I'm just more evolved, wiser version of me. But the world never whirled on me. I might have had a season of this or a season of this particular struggle, but nothing really ever latched on to me. You know what I'm saying? I done dealt with harder drugs and then had to go to rehab to stop doing that. I just stopped doing it. I just lost the desire. You know what I'm saying? Or I remember when I lost the desire to stop watching TV, but didn't think y'all should stop watching TV. It just lost the desire to do it. Even in this phase of the journey now, certain things have been added unto me as I attempt to seek the Most High and His righteousness so that all else will be added unto me. Now I'm in this space. I've always read those particular verses, but now they're more real to me, even if I don't understand it. Well, if I do that, how? You can't intellectualize how if I put the Most High first and His righteousness. How all else going to be added unto me? But like I said, you don't have to understand it to do it. You don't have to understand it for it to work. You just got to do it. And since I don't understand it, can't understand it, ain't a way for that to happen. I just started doing it. And now things are being added unto me. Things I don't even know I need. Like the ability to see my the necessity to adapt, to not drop my guard, but don't be so, Larry, to protect yourself. You've been doing that. But now it's time for whatever skills I've honed inside of you, or how you say, I will give you the desires of your heart. I can do that now because through the journey, I've changed your heart. Just like all the stuff was my personal plan for, because I ain't want nothing to do with nobody because everybody was bamboozling. So, I get a little mad, like, I don't want to fool with nobody. I'm going to just do me. And then in the effort to get these various skill trades and so on and so forth, none of that stuff worked. And it was purposeful to bring me to a place. Now, the very same thing that used to vex me, I'm now open to minister in the same area that I didn't want to do. Because He changed my heart to do that. Because when I attempted to do things that I thought in my mind would put me in a certain place, or financial, whatever, my spirit ain't agree with it. Now I'm wondering, like, yo, what's going on, yo? Like, I can make this amount of money, and then I can buy this, or I can leverage this with my LLC, and woo. But my spirit not in it. So if my spirit ain't in it, my body ain't going to be able to go to it. Message. And then with my experience at the old job and I'm like, man, I'm done with these folk, man. No, you ain't. But I'm going to walk you through the process of showing you why you not doing it. Because now, how they say the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. In my particular area, again, because of requisite skill set and experience, there's a hole in effectivity in people who are attempting to help. One, they can't relate. Two, they might be scared. Three, they don't smell it. Just like I said, like I prayed this prayer, right? I said, Most High, like, yeah, we in Babylon, so we don't know our culture. We fall into these various programs in the measure, whatever. But are we really rejecting you, or is it because we ain't never seen no true example of you? We don't see it in the pastor, man. Unless the camera's on, we don't see him nowhere where we at. You know what I'm saying? Or unless we look a certain way or fit in certain prototype or archetype, they ain't gonna pay us no mind. Have they ever seen, and I said this about the sisters, right? Yeah, we'll say they 304, this, that, and the third. But if they ain't had no father, or okay, that's been, taken away, and then, they want attention, are they actually evil for desiring something natural in a distorted way? Have they ever seen a man, right, who sees value in them outside of sex? Have they ever seen, not just that, okay, the homie Lokes, right? Unless, in the streets is, everybody using each other and all that. Have they ever seen a brother who empowers them or seeks to empower them, pour into them, right? Who doesn't have an ulterior motive or is looking to get anything out of it other than seeing them overcome? And if that's the case, they ready tip the ball off, and I'm ready to get in the game. And that's just what it is. As they say, the harvest is plentiful, the laborers are few. And I understand, and I believe I had the ability to do practical things in a spiritual way. So I can tell you, let's say, the strange woman, right? There's strange woman all over the place. So I can give you the practical application to help you identify when you see it, right? But then give you the spiritual connection to why it's saying proverb and why you shouldn't do that. And here's what'll happen. But it manifested in your life and looked like this. You see what I'm saying? So I'm still kind of in a waiting period, because of the new year and the holidays. Certain things got backlog. I'm cool with that. I ain't nothing. And then here we're in Maryland. We're I guess prepping for snowpocalypse. Now Maryland is crazy because you can have, like, they're calling for either 1 to 78 inches of snow. So either it won't happen or it'll be 19 feet of snow. You know what I'm saying? Or somewhere in between. Who knows? So whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just, and now I understand, as the word talk about endurance and patience. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to be in a rush to do stuff or feeling like I got to make up for lost time. The world could go upside down at any moment. And if it do, it do. But that's in his time. But I ain't worried about, I got to hurry up. I'm going to try to do some stuff. But all that trying to hurry up and do this, and no. Nah. Because that's actually, to me now, a lack of faith. I trust and believe because of this journey. Even though, we're talking about, the fall of society and famine and 2/3 being obliterated and this, that, and the third. He's preparing me for stuff now that I don't even know I'm going to face in the future. That's why we walk by faith and not by sight. That's the practical application. I don't know how I'm going to pay my bill. Most people in that position. But I ain't going to do what I can do, but I ain't going to do nothing crazy or try to be slick or nothing like that. That's the test. Hasn't he always sustained us? When I think about it, I should have been off earth 1,000 times. And not only have I should have been off earth 1,000 times, I don't have any of the residual effect of being betrayed, homeless, left for dead, literally and figuratively. I don't have any mental trauma. You know what I'm saying? I've had my goodness used against me and so on and so forth. And as I just previously stated, now want to desire to go out and be good. You know what I'm saying? La, 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 la. Be a light in a dark place. But I don't got no light in and of myself. You know what I'm saying? Word up. That's what I'm hitting for. Or that's what's been revealed to me. I didn't figure that out. It got revealed to me. I'm in that space. Instead of me, above all things, gave wisdom and understanding. But I can't understand none of it. Like almost like that verse where I think Yeshua asked Peter, who do you think I am or whatever? Or something. I forgot. But they were like, some people say Yeshua this, some people say. He's like, what you think? He said, you the Son of God. He said, you're blessed because my Father has revealed this to you. Unless he reveal it to you, there's no way for you to know. That's why I think, when he said, when Yeshua come back, like he'll come to do away with all human wisdom and knowledge and all that. Like, I understand, like, I'm a philosopher by trade, right? But that's actually a Greek influence. All that, there are no Hebrew philosophers. He just had the Torah tell you what it is, so you ain't got to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? That's a Greek thing. Just like when you go to HBCUs, you pledge Greek. Christianity actually has a Greek foundation and a Roman culture. The Romans just took the Greek culture and Romanized it, and then they spread it everywhere. Just like here in Babylon, there's nothing new under the sun. Just like here in Babylon, we don't really make a whole lot of stuff anymore. The main thing we export is our culture, which is Rome reloaded. You know what I'm saying? All that sweetness, all that debauchery, all the ever-changing philosophies of how you should live life and what to believe. That's all Greek. Ain't nothing new under the sun, yeah. Nothing. Not nada. You know what I'm talking about? But on that note, man, let me get back in here. I actually got to use the bathroom. But next Saturday, I should be, configured up and all that. So next Saturday, I'll be going live. If you want to comment any things I can prepare for, talk about, you know what I'm saying? Don't make no difference. I'm one of them brothers talk about anything. You know what I'm talking about? And on that note, one love, baby. Ooh, ah. Make sure you cover your six.